It is 30 minutes gone past 8 on InfoJant 97.1 FM, your delight radio station. And of course, a very good morning to you. Thank you once again for joining us on this frequency transmitting live from our beautiful audio studios right here in Ikwetumodu, Osun State, the state of the living spring. It is a beautiful, special Friday morning. Beautiful because, the weather seems pretty cool and calm. Special because today is when our Muslim brothers and sisters are celebrating the Eid al-Kabir celebrations, and we want to take this time out to pass the Salah message from our chairman, Prince Ridwan Ajiobi, to every of our listeners, every of our business associates, every of our customers, every of our prospective customers, and every of our top-notch broadcasters and listeners that as we celebrate this season of sacrifice, of love, of gratitude, all of us at InfoJat 97.1 FM extend our warmest wishes, hoping that this Eid bring peace to your hearts, blessings to your homes, and of course prosperity to your lives. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Dailies Review. It is the open microphone session where the microphone belongs to you. What opinions do you have that you want to share on any of the issue on ground at all? My name is Olayinka, Popoola, and as always, I'm going to be your trusted pilot for the last edition of the week. And we are going to be hoping that you come out and tell us what your opinion is from now up until 8:55 a.m. And of course, you can listen from anywhere around the world by visiting our website www.infogantfm971.com www.infogantfm971.com. Of course, you can also call us on the studio line 0812 672 8417. I mean, let's wish ourselves, Eid Kabir. Let's appreciate our Muslim brothers and sisters. Let's appreciate our Muslim callers, and of course, you know what to do after you're back from prayers this morning. You know what to do. You know where Info Giant is. Bring my salamito. And you can also join us on Facebook, Info Giant 97.1 FM on Facebook. You can join us to watch us live. You can tell that with what I'm putting on, I'm ready to celebrate after I finish my program this morning. So, I mean, you know my numbers, and if you do not know my numbers, I'm going to put in my numbers out just for the purpose of today, for business dealings, and come and advertise your product on your delight radio station. You can tell that this is the radio station for you to advertise as much as possible because of the population, because of the reach, and because of the number of listeners that we have on a daily basis. I mean, it's enormous. It is big. It is huge. It's very large. That is why, you don't need to go and think of advertising your product anywhere else. Well, right after the program, I'm going to put in out my studio line because apart from the enjoyment aspect, of course, let's talk business too. Whether you're a business owner, whether you have something you want to put out for people to listen to, for a wide range of listeners, this is the frequency to come and deal with when it comes to businesses. So yes, so what do we have on our front page stories and newspapers this morning? Well, it feels like it's gone a little bit quiet, but of course we have the president's message to all Nigerians. Of course, that is going to come first because of course we want to listen to what our president has to say to every Nigerian. Now that we're celebrating Salah, we want to know, we want to hear what the president has to say. So I mean, let's kickstart from the Punch newspaper this morning. On the Punch this morning, it says Salah, Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. High G moves to secure Eid prayers as governors Atiku others greet Muslims, gridlock worsens. Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. Haji moved to secure Eid prayers as governors, Atiku, others greet Muslims, gridlock worsens. Of course, if you're going for the Eid prayers this morning or you're already on your way, please let's stay vigilant. Let's stay careful. And of course, I'm sure we have security operatives trying to manage the traffic, trying to manage the movement of people. Let us just try to listen to them because, of course, they have our best interest at heart. So, of course, let's just keep it very safe. Still on the punch, we have USSD war. Telcos oppose airtime charges for bank transfers. USSD war. Telcos oppose airtime charges for bank transfers. This particular one is kind of funny because now the banks are saying that the telecommunication companies, um, uh, the banks should not take anybody trying to use the USSD, you know the codes now, to make transfers or transaction. The telecommunications are opposing that the bank should not take off the airtime from customers' airtime balance, but rather take it from the bank balance. So telecommunication companies are, protecting the customers' airtime, but the banks are saying that look, let us take the airtime directly from the customer's airtime balance. And telecommunication companies are saying that, I mean, let it remain, let continue taking it from the bank balance. So I mean, it's a little bit of war. It's been a war between telecommunication companies and banks about this USSD. You know, but of course, let's see how it goes. That is all we have on the Punch newspaper this morning. Moving on from the Punch, we have the Nigerian Tribune. Idel Kabir, do not lose hope, Tinubu tells Nigerians. As governors, House of Representatives Speaker, Atiku, others congratulate Muslims. Do not lose hope, Tinubu tells Nigerians as they celebrate Idel Kabir. Okay, Wike says bad leadership is the biggest challenge against Nigeria's development. The Minister of the FCT says that bad leadership is the biggest challenge against Nigeria's development. Okay, NSA says that we must control illicit arms to defeat terrorists. As federal government destroys over 3,867 illegal weapons, we must control illicit arms to defeat terrorists, says the National Security Advisor on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. I mean, that's the basic thing to do. Of course, we need to look out for where and how these illegal arms and ammunitions are coming into the country. It's becoming a menace, and I feel like it is something that we should pay attention to. There's a lot of work to be done because it would seem like our borders are very porous, not porous to rice and the likes, but when it comes to arms and ammunition, it's very, very porous. But when it comes to catch, business women and men, business moguls trying to bring in rice, I mean, we are very active when it comes to that. So, of course, that is the very short one we have on the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Let's go to the Guardian newspaper. And on the Guardian newspaper, we have Benue warns residents as flood displaces 18,592. Benue State warns residents as flood displaces 18,592 dwellers. That's serious. I mean, Benue now has to deal with insecurity. At the same time, have to deal with incoming floods. Okay. Federal government to revoke approvals of reclaimed lands along road setbacks. Federal government to revoke approvals of reclaimed lands along road setbacks. That is on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Mid-term review attests of Nigeria's resilience and Tinubu's promises. Mid-term review attests of Nigeria's resilience and Tinubu's promises. The big story can be found on the page 4 and on the page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu, Atiku, others urge sacrifice, compassion, unity at Idel Kabru. Tinubu, Atiku, others urges sacrifice, compassion, unity at Idel Kabru. Okay, this one says that time to move. Akwa Ibom governor speaks on defecting from PDP. Time to move. Akwa Ibom governor speaks on defecting from PDP. Of course, that is another notable defection to the All Progressive Congress. Well, good luck to him. Tinubu hopeful of improved health care with $350 million African Medical Center of Excellence. Tinubu hopeful of improved health care with $350 million African Medical Center of Excellence on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. This one says that the Chief of Defense Staff admits insecurity cannot be resolved through military force alone. Interesting. The Chief of Defense Staff is admitting that insecurity cannot be solved through military forces alone. Okay, that is all we have for you on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Let's move on to the Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust this morning, it says Salah travelers spend hours on Abuja to Kaduna Highway. Salah travelers spend hours on Abuja to Kaduna Highway. Okay, this one says Tinubu, Atiku, governors preach peace. Still on the Daily Trust, it says how 300 Nigerians died in 6 days. How 300 Nigerians died in 6 days. This one says that Army Chief makes case for early voting for military personnel. Army Chief makes case for early voting for military personnel on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Moving on from the Daily Trust newspaper, we have the Nation newspaper. And on the Nation, we have Tinubu Defense Legacy Road Projects says that the funding will be adequate. Eid, President seeks prayers for troops battling terrorists. Army backs early voting bill. Automatic tickets in APC will consolidate democracy, says NPF. Okay. Tinubu, tributes flow for Jubril Aminu. Tributes flow for Jubril Aminu on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Now, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper. On the Vanguard front page of this morning, we have Idel Kabir. High cost of transport, food dampens celebrations. High cost of transport, foods dampens celebration. And that is the only headline we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Of course, if you're looking to get any of these national dailies, those are the interesting headlines you are going to be getting from the front pages of these stories. So yes, we'll come back after this commercial break. We need to go and pay a bill right now. We'll come back after this break, and we talk about the interesting headline on the front page of the Vanguard, where it's talking about whether Muslims are able to celebrate this Eid al-Kabir like they were able to a couple of years ago. Of course, even the ram sellers are complaining of low patronage, and it tells you something that we'll come back. We'll come back and take a look at this write-up, and we'll relate it to what we have in the present day. And of course, let's call in to contribute, because of course today is Friday. Let's hear our opinions. Which of the opinions, which of the perspective, which of the stories do you want to call our attention to? It might not even be in line with the headlines that we have, as long as it affects citizens, as long as it affects us as Nigerians. We're willing to hear you out. Today is a day for you to speak as much as possible. This is Dailies Review on Info Giant 97.1 FM. We are going to be right back after this commercial break. Stick around.
Them girls say they want to eat pizza.
Hey you, are you looking for where to enjoy yourself and your loved ones? Are you looking for where to order or buy pizza? Real Pizza is the home of pizza, where you can get pizza, ice cream, barbecue, chicken and chips, sweets, and lots more. Oh yeah, now, no need to worry yourself anymore. Real Pizza have different types, different size with their price. Chicken pizza, small 5,300, medium 6,600, large 8,000 naira, extra large 11,000 naira. Sausage pizza, small 5,100, medium 6,400, large 7,900, extra large 10,000 naira. Special pizza, small 8,400, medium 9,200, large 10,500, extra large 13,500 naira. They also have bar, cinema, and lounge. Real Pizza is beside OUI at OUI filling station, Ipetumodo roundabout. They open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Mondays and Saturdays, but they open 12 noon on Sundays. You can pre-order on their WhatsApp line 081-2034-3967, and they will also deliver to your doorstep. Real Pizza, enjoy finger linking meal.
Oduduwa University, Ipetumodu, PNB 5533, Ile-Ife, a federal government licensed university. Admissions into full-time, part-time degrees and postgraduate degrees are now on. Report for screening this Thursday at 12 p.m. at Oduduwa University, Ipetumodu, PNB 5533, Ile-Ife. Telephone 080 56 56 56 56 or Oduduwa Polytechnic 213 Egbeda Idimu Road, Idimu, Lagos. Telephone 080 58 55 55 58 or Better Foundation Plaza, Plot 359, B2 Ukiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja. Telephone 080 56 56 56 56. Oduduwa University, yes, committed to qualitative education.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. It is still the Daily Review on Info Giant 97.1 FM. And yes, we are back for the second half of the program, where we get to take your views, your perspective. Although there isn't much to, speak into this morning when it comes to the headlines. But of course, we have interesting ones that we have selectively picked out this morning. But let's kickstart with the message of the president to every of our Muslim brothers and sisters and Nigerians as a whole. He says Tinubu governors congratulate and send messages of hope to Nigerians as they celebrate the Eid al-Kabir. This one says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has acknowledged that Nigeria is not yet where it aspires to be, but appealed to Nigerians to keep the hope alive. The president made the appeal in the Eid al-Kabir message to Nigerians, which is signed on Thursday. Tinubu noted that the Eid al-Kabir reminds us of our responsibilities beyond faith to show resilience, tolerance, compassion, and dedication to the progress of our beloved country. He reaffirmed his commitment to these values and expressed deep appreciation for the faith, patience, and perseverance Nigerians show as they implement bold reforms. The president said, "We may not be where we aspire to be, but I urge all Nigerians not to lose hope. Let us hold on to our faith and persevere. Our reforms are gaining traction, with key economic indicators now moving in the positive direction. Soon, all is going to feel the benefit," the statement read impacts. According to the president, the ultimate objective of these reforms is not just to improve statistics, but to transform lives and set Nigerians firmly on the path of sustainable development. Of course, the president has also preached sacrifice, more sacrifice. Nigerians, let's sacrifice more to ensure that this country moves to the right and the final destination. More sacrifice. What is happening to the sacrifice of our heroes past? What has it brought us? What has it given to us? But of course, that is the message of the president to Muslim brothers and sisters, Muslim faithfuls, and of course to everybody who is a Nigerian. Hope. Let us keep the hope alive. Let us not lose that hope. And of course, let us sacrifice more. As you are sacrificing that ram today, the president is asking us to sacrifice more. That is the message of the president to every of Nigerians out there. Of course, I'd like to put this one. This one says Ida Kabir, high cost of transportation, high cost of food dampens celebration. It says, this is on the Vanguard newspaper. It says, as Nigerians and Nigerian Muslims join their counterparts in other parts of the world to celebrate the Eid al-Kabir, prices of food items and transport fares are risen sharply. Also, the prices of various sizes of rams, which is symbolically slaughtered to mark the occasion, has gone up, forcing many Muslim faithful to settle for eternity. Soaring prices dampen celebration in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The soaring food prices have dampened the celebration, forcing many to rush for last-minute purchases at the Bodija market, Ibadan. Vanguard spoke with several Muslim faithful and vendors who shared their experiences amid the challenging circumstances. A ram seller expressed his frustration with this year's sale, stating that my stall is usually busy at this time, but this year is different. Many cannot afford to buy even one ram. A mother who gave her name as Khadija recounted her difficulties in preparing for the Eid al-Kabir. Despite saving for months, soaring prices have significantly reduced her budget. She said, I have kids who are looking forward to Eid al-Kabir, but I'm concerned about letting them down. We'll make do with what we can, but it is a challenge. Now, going to Lagos now, the prices of perishable and non-perishable food items have soared in many major markets in Lagos. A visit to the popular Olayinka market revealed that the prices of Scotch bonnet, popularly called atarodo, ranges from 2,000 naira and 8,000 naira depending on the quantity, as against 200 naira and 500 naira last month. Meanwhile, a bag of rodo on the eve of Salah celebration is 200,000 naira, as against 110,000 naira before. A trader told Vanguard newspaper that the price increase started on Monday. Also, a bag of tatashe yesterday was 200,000 naira, as against 130,000 naira last week. A bag of chili pepper, popularly known as bawa and shompo, now costs 200,000 naira, as against 120,000 naira last week. And a basket of tomatoes cost 220,000 naira, as against 160,000 naira last week. It's a whole lot to look at, but of course, it is in Kwara State and in Oshogbo too. In Oshogbo, it says that although the prices of food items remain unchanged in Oshogbo, the cost of transportation also doubled. There is price increase in both intra and interstate travels. Those traveling from Oshogbo to Iwo, which was 2,000 naira, went up to 3,000 naira, while travelers to Ibadan from Oshogbo now pay 4,000 naira, as against 2,500 naira before now. Travelers going to Lagos State paid 12,000 naira against 7,000 naira before Salah season. So that is the one that concerns Oshogbo. And I feel like, the celebration this year should be more about reflections, should be more about asking ourselves the important questions. Of course, this is not to take away the fact that we need to celebrate. We need to thank God for seeing us through another moment of fasting, and but this, with everything that is on the pages of the national dailies, you can tell it is not what it used to be. Except we want to deceive ourselves. And of course, we would appreciate reviews from every of our callers. What has been your experiences now that Sala is in full swing? Is it with the transport of the public transport? Is it with the prices of goods and services that you usually buy at normal prices before now? And some people would say it's normal. It is not normal, and that's the catch. It is not normal for things to just go up like that. Sometimes when these commercial bus drivers say that there's Odunwanta, that's why you're taking a 400 naira bus, 800 naira, 500 naira, 600 naira. Odunwanta now, if Odun is outside, is the prices of petrol is increasing as Odun is coming out now? So I feel like this moment is a time for us to reflect, and this concerns also our leaders, our politicians, our governors, our House of Representative members, our ministers, our senators. It is not good enough. Yoruba will say, "Obel ni sele," but with everything we're seeing on the newspapers this morning, I mean, can we honestly say that Obel sele this year? Eh? So I feel like these are the indicators that things are not what they used to be. But of course, our leaders are asking us to sacrifice more. Sacrifice more. Please, what we are sacrificing is not enough. Let us sacrifice more. I mean, you can start calling ourselves sacrificial Olayinka, sacrificial, Adeleke Phillips, sacrificial. Everybody needs to start making sacrifices now, because the one that our heroes in the past have sacrificed is not enough. Let us sacrifice more. The prices at which we get fuel is not enough. Let us sacrifice more. 08126728417 08126728417. What is your take on this message from the president? Are you willing to sacrifice more? Are you enjoying the Eid al-Kabir celebration? Are you going to the prayer ground this morning? Are you back? Of course, we have more stories, but of course, I want to get the reactions. Basically, even if you're not a Muslim brother, I just want to get your reactions. What has been the price change? What has it been like where you stay, with the transport, with the prices of goods and services in the market? How you cope? And if you're a Muslim, I mean, even better, did you get a ram this year? What are you using? Are you using a smaller goat, a smaller ram? Are you what are the prices like in the market? You can also go drop your comment on Facebook, InfoGiant 97.1 FM. That is I drop your comments, and I'm going to read out your comment this morning. 0812-672-8417 0812-672-8417. So of course, we have this story again. Back to the politics. It's a PDP begs Peter Obi, others, to return to the party. It says the People's Democratic Party, Anambra State chapter, has pleaded with Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, to return to the party. Peter Obi defected to Labour Party when he felt he could not achieve his presidential ambition within the PDP fold. The PDP made the call after the enlarged meeting of the State Executive Committee to review the state of the party and chart a way forward in Awka on Thursday. The statement, which was signed by Chidi Chidebe, the chairman of the PDP in Anambra, said alliances with ideologically incompatible political formations in the guise of coalition would likely not yield the desired success. Okay, he told Anambra electorate to support Mr. Jude Ezenwafo and his running mate, Mr. Francis Okeke, in the coming election, while urging INEC to ensure a fair, transparent, and impartial electoral process. Okay, I mean the Anambra State chapter of the PDP is begging Peter Obi to come back into the fold. Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Let's take a look at another one. This one is talking about the president message to the Minister of Works. Of course, the president sent a message yesterday and said that you know what, don't mind them, continue with whatever it is you're doing. And the headline says, "Ignore critics of Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway." Tinubu tells Umai. It says the president Bola Tinubu inaugurated the reconstructed Lekki to Ekpe Deep Seaport Road in Lagos State on Thursday, where he told the Minister of Works to ignore critics of the multi-billion naira Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway. During the inauguration of the Lekki to Ekpe Deep Seaport Road, Tinubu commended Umahi and the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, for the work done on the road, but spoke extensively about the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway. He says that we have the video here, and I feel like now we know why the ministers and the senators are not used to getting criticized. We'll play the video for you. The president has told the Minister of Works to ignore critics and not mind them and continue with what he's doing. But of course, we know that there are always going to be critics, whether we like it or not. I mean, it is a given. It is a given. It is not something that you can avoid. You're going to come across it. But of course, the president has told the Minister of Works to, you know what, ignore critics. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't mind whatever it is you're saying. They're saying. But of course, I feel like in the democratic system of government, is that the right? Let's listen to what the president has to say concerning what the Minister of Work should do to his critics. Let's have a listen.
David, why? The working. I like the remark of the Minister for the Blue Economy, saying they will always support your rescoping nationwide, where we are seeing the result of rescoping. We are not in pain. We are enjoying. We truly retune and re-engineer our finances to find more money for infrastructure, which is the backbone of any industrialization and economic development and job creation of any nation. We will do it. But I appeal to you, David, don't listen to those critics. They don't know what they're talking about. If they don't like the road, or if it's too expensive or tolling for them, they could go to Idumata. My own is to affirm our commitment as an administration to deliver enduring infrastructure across our great nation. Forget all the misconceptions. You are a thinker and a doer, a great professional, David.
The president is proud of the Minister of Works and is telling the Minister of Works, do not pay attention to the critics. Just do your thing. We're going to find money to build infrastructures. Do not listen to critics, especially he says they do not know what you're talking about. 0812-672-8417. Of course, in his remarks, the Minister of Works, Umahi, disclosed that there are plans to construct an underground tunnel as part of the infrastructure upgrade to the present administration. Umahi said that the undersea tunnel will connect the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway. What is your opinion on underground tunnel? According to the Minister of Works, 0812 672 8417. 0812 672 8417. But of course, critics are always going to come. That's it. No matter how good you're doing, and I have to give it to the Minister of Works. He's been doing a very good job, But then you'd understand that there are always going to be critics. Constructive criticisms that you should not pay attention to. Regardless of how good you feel you had, the critics are going to come, especially in the democratic system of government. People want to have a say. As long as they are part of the people that have voted, they can chime in one or two. It is now down to you to now, look at, all of these opinions and see which one can work. So, but the president has told the Minister of Works to ignore the critics. You know what? Ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. Let's not forget a couple of months ago, Baba Olusegun Obasanjo was criticizing back to back the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway, and a whole lot of people too have come out to criticize that the contractors that are being given the job, the kilometer of the road, the number of buildings and lands that was demolished just to make that happen. A lot of critics have come, and they're always going to come. Trust me. And that is that about that. That's what it is when you're in government. As long as it's democratic system of government, people are always going to have something to say. So I really don't think people are going to stop talking. I don't think so. But of course, it is down to the minister to, pay attention. People were talking when Tajuddin Abbas, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, brought out a bill about compulsory voting. And he got the reactions from the public. People criticized it a lot. Look, that is not what we should do for now. Let us ensure that people's votes are going to count first before saying that people should compulsorily vote. And of course, look at what happened. The bill was reversed. Yes, the bill was taken back. Look, it looks like people are not happy with this one. So I feel like that's what it is. People are always going to talk. So ignoring the critics, well, maybe not. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Yinka.
Yeah, good morning, Comedy Bay. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Yes, Comedy.
Yes.
You see, during Buhari regime, Festus Keyamo was appointed to a position. They used to say that they have somebody there. At the time, he said it himself, and it was exposed that he bought 3 million naira, $3 million house in Europe or UK. He was defending it. It was his legal money. The money he realized from making it. I begin to wonder how people behave. You realize money, sweet money, you use it to go and buy house abroad. So that anything happen, you run away and go and stay in your house. What is that house yielding for you? Is that investment you are making outside the country or what? This country, I don't know where we are heading to. Now, Tinubu is saying that people will be ready to be making sacrifices.
Yes.
And that.
Yes.
I don't understand. They say Nigeria is not where it wants to be or where it should be by now. Is he making progress or because I see that it's a pity the new young ones now who never experienced good time in Nigeria. I don't think the founders of this country, they wake up today, they will know that this is the country they yearn for. They are weeping in the grave. I don't know what is happening, honestly. So today, Nigeria in those days practice tribalism, quite alright. But today, people is worse. Tribal religious bigotry, insecurity, everything. So how can you look under this type of news and say you are not? Where will you be? You are even going backwards. That's just the people. But again, I don't understand, because when you look at the Igbo man, the gullible ones are always available. The gullible ones are always available. And they are ready to do any bidding. Recently, was used by Buhari to build railway, even across Nigeria to another country. We are all living witnesses, if I'm telling you like. But there is no railway in his own place. What they did is, even in the south, the whole of Southeast, where there was railway in existence, they went to remove all the irons and sold to China as scraps. Today, you cannot find a single railway over there. But they use him today. What is his status? They have used him and dumped him. Why is he announced? They are praising him. He knows what will enter his pocket. Now, deep sea port in Lekki, is it more than the deep sea port in Calabar? That you are building road from Calabar, coastal road to Lagos to Calabar, so that you can evacuate imported goods. So the port in Calabar that has been in existence, the seaport, when you get there, you cry for Nigeria. In fact, you weep for the people over there. Why can't the seaports work there? Calabar seaport is not working. Ekech is not working. Wari is not working. Port Harcourt is not working. People are being punished on there. You are telling me you are developing Nigeria. 4 seaports in one state. 4. You are moving. You are happy. People are clapping for you. That I don't know. In fact, you are even disintegration is on the side. You are promoting it. There's never any way any reasonable person can support this service. The amount they put in there, what for? Can't they use it to solve other problems and let the people know that yes, the economy is growing? That's not the economic growth. That wasn't there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade eBay. Of course, Comrade eBay is talking about how he feels like it could have been channeled into something else. Well, there are opinions, and I'd like to get more. 0812 672 8417 0812 672 8417 is the studio line to call this morning. The president has passed a message to every Nigerians this morning. Please let us sacrifice more. Let's sacrifice more. Let's sacrifice more. So of course, we have a foreign one, yeah, and it's kind of surprising because now, just in case you've not heard, now that there is a bad blood between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and of course, Elon Musk has told Donald Trump, "Without me, you wouldn't have returned to the White House." The world richest man against the world most powerful president. The feud between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump about the big beautiful bill continued on Thursday. Elon Musk, who is the world richest man, who played a key role in the emergence of Donald Trump, was appointed the head of the Department of Government Efficiency. But last week, Elon Musk announced that he was quitting Trump's government already. He quit his role a day after he spoke out against a Trump-backed spending bill. The controversial bill is a centerpiece of Trump's second-term domestic agenda, combining major tax cuts, stricter immigration enforcement, welfare programs, overhauls, and significant increases in border security funding. Since Musk's exit from White House, his criticism of the bill had grown louder. So, I mean, it's surprising, and it is what the United States are having to deal with now. It is it's becoming really like a very strong one. When the world richest man is having a battle with someone we can call the world, strongest president, or the world, or you can call him the world president, the president of the United States. All you have to do is just sit back and watch. Because these are very two strong men, fighting. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Olayinka.
Good morning, Mr. Fatoye. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Have you quit your RAM?
I know. I was going to ask you that too.
Oh, okay now.
uh,
Mr. Yinka,
yes, sir.
let Nigeria wake up.
Hmm.
We have problem,
Hmm.
and the problem we have is if not me, nobody.
Hmm.
Bad loser.
Hmm.
Sometimes even in the house, sometimes when there is some things, maybe you are entitled to that particular thing. Maybe it's not at the end of the day in the family. It's not even fall to your hand.
Hmm.
Support who that thing fell to his hand and move forward.
Move forward.
If not, we are going nowhere. Mind you, even if you are not support that person, if God wanted to take that person forward, you can't stop him. No. That's just the case of Tinubu and so-called bad loser. Somebody wanted to go to north. Thank God you serve in the north. All the past government, they take road as one of their major objects to that not to achieve. And even we have a so-called Sultanate president. So this so-called Baba Obasanjo was there. He never dreamed of doing something concerning this so-called highway. And somebody now come, all in the name of you hating, you don't want him to be. Everything that he's doing is bad. Even there is a say that even fool go hold. It's not that maybe small children or maybe they are fool. Even a fool grow old. The man minister for transport or work or whatever, that David, the man is doing well.
Yes.
Instead of us to even embrace the man to praise him, somebody was saying they maybe use our mission, they dumping. I don't want to. You see, the bad mind, somebody who has bad mind, for nothing you can do ever in the life that you will ever see any good thing there.
Okay.
You will always have one thing to the other.
So, in a nutshell, you're agreeing with the president telling the minister to ignore the critics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that is the only way. If you like, go and work transformer.
Okay.
If you are not okay with the work.
Okay.
According
Thank
to
you.
him, if the road was built and you are not okay with it, go and buy a helicopter. Don't remove your vehicle from the floor.
Thank you very
You
much,
can fly
Mr.
up,
Fatoyi.
up the sky.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatoyi. So yes, that's another wonderful. I mean, that's the support. We can go for, we can go against. It's all about your perspective, and every perspective, every opinion is respected, because of course, like I said, this is a democratic government. We have the chance to weigh in and say it as it is. It might be number 6 to you, it might be number 9 to another person. It doesn't mean that anybody is wrong. 08126728417 08126728417. So of course, let's take a look at another one. This is one that is rather sad. This one says that Lagos court sentences man to 14 years for attempted sexual assault. It says Justice Rahman Oshodi of the Lagos Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court has sentenced Taufik Oladosu to 14 years imprisonment for attempting to sexualize and assault a 12-year-old girl. Oladosu was convicted and sentenced after pleading guilty to an amended one-count charge of attempted sexual assault by penetration. Initially arraigned on February 5, 2018, he had pledged not guilty to allegations of attempting to penetrating the survivors, with his finger. The case was first heard before Justice Sibru Nwaka, but upon elevation to the Court of Appeals, the case file was reassigned to Justice Oshodi. Subsequently, Oladosu sought a plea bargain agreement with the prosecution And during sentencing, Justice Oshodi noted that the convict fully understood the terms of the agreement. The court sentenced Oladosu to 14 years imprisonment with the term to commence from December 14, 2015. The date of his remand, Justice Oshodi also directed that the convict be registered as a sexual offender. We need to be very careful around the people we let, we trust with our kids. We need to be very, very careful because we have human beings and we have animals in human form. And it's very important for us to not overly trust people that we do not know with our kids. Even people that we know, we need to be very careful. And of course, we need to educate our kids. They get to a certain age and they need to know some things. They need to, whether you like it or not, regardless of how sensitive that topic is. We need to educate them so that they can be able to report to you when something that is sort of a red flag happens to them. Maybe someone is touching them the inappropriate way. It is only when you educate them, they know that, okay, this thing that happened to me in school today was inappropriate. I'll tell my daddy, I'll tell my mommy, I'll tell my uncle, I'll tell my guardian. So I feel like it is our responsibility. And of course, if we are put in custody of any of our child or our kids, we need to pay attention. It is very important. It is the least that we can do, because some of these things, they act as a post-trauma stress disorder to our kids growing up. It is very important for us to make sure that we are doing that. It is the least that we can do. We should educate our kids as to what is right and what is wrong as they grow up, as they live their adolescence age, being an adult, experiencing some changes in their body, puberty and all of that. We need to give them that education. It is not only what they learn in class that it is education. There is more to education. We have education outside of the classroom. There's little to what the teachers can do. As parents, as big brothers and sisters, as uncles, we need to educate them so that we can have, just like we have the theme for this year's International Boy Child. That is building a bullying free community. Apart from being bullied, we have some other sides that kids cannot categorically open their mouth and speak about because they are scared. What will these people think? What will that person think? If I say this happened to me, if I say that happened to me. I mean, it's very important for us to make them understand that it is okay to experience this and to experience that growing up. So yes, it's been a very good one this morning. Basically, it's just been about the Salah celebration, about the Coastal Highway. Basically, that's just what is predominant on the front page of the National Dailies this morning. So of course, if you're celebrating your Salah this morning, just give me a call. I'm already dressed up. I don't need to do too much. I'm not a woman. I don't need to do makeup. Just ring me up. Let's have this fun together. And of course, I'm very sure that my chairman is already in the process of making sure that everything is going on well, things are in place. And of course, Mr. Fatoi too has also told me that he's Salaram, Comrade Dibe too. Although I'm feeling like you're a Christian, but whatever it is, let's just and whatever it is that we do, please let's have limit to every form of celebration. Let's not get overexcited. Probably going out, getting drunk. Let's drink responsibly. Let's eat responsibly. And of course, again, on behalf of our Chief Executive Officer, Prince Ridwan Achia Biojo, we are calling and we are wishing every of our, business associates, we're wishing every of our listeners, every of our customers, every of our prospective customers a happy Eid al-Kabir celebration. We hope that this season and this celebration ushers in new, new joy, new accomplishment, new achievement into our various lives. My name is Olayinka Popoola, and if you want to call me for any form of business dealings or collaborations, you can call me on my number. My number is 0913 247 7407. 0913 247 7407. Every of our programs to continue. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy the Salah celebration. Have a wonderful morning.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa èwo ló wá rí gbọ́nú èdò tó dìmọ́ yàkúùkù báyìí.
You see mi ń gbádùn info giant yẹn gan ni o 97.1 FM ṣé nípa tàwọn orin aládìídùn lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn tó pójú owó ìròyìn eré ìdárayá tí ìfigbá kan bọ̀ kan nú àtàwọn ètò àgbọ́fikọ́gbọ́n lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan wò ó àtẹ̀mí àti info giant 97.1 FM àtijọ́ lẹ̀pọ̀.
mo tún gbèdé gbangba o kedere